Hello and welcome back everyone. In today's video, we are going to be talking about a classic love story. Even people who rarely get emotional might find it difficult to keep their eyes dry during this one. Honestly, I don't even know where to begin with these two. It's like a roller coaster. If the roller coaster just immediately went off the tracks as soon as it left the station, like they never even started building the roller coaster. I would say that this is a train wreck, but there aren't even any trains to wreck. That's how bad it is. This picture right here is perfect because it accurately depicts how interested they are in each other. She would do pretty much anything for this guy, including driving halfway across the country with her 4-year-old daughter to meet him when he gets out of prison. But he very clearly doesn't care about her at all and is just using her and texts other girls right in front of her without even trying to hide it at all. I'm pretty sure that's what he's doing right here. But it's okay though, because her psychic said the relationship is going to work out. A psychic giving me the go-ahead is all the confidence I need to move my 4-year-old daughter in with a convicted kidnapper.
Guess what?
What's up, baby?
I'm about to get to see a Iris.
You about to get to see an Iris?
Yeah, so she's gonna tell me about like our relationship, like if she thinks it's gonna work, like if we're gonna have babies, marriage, all of that. I'm excited.
Hey babe, I'm so excited for today. I'm about to go see this random person down the street who knows nothing about me and pay them to dangle a little pebble on a string in front of me. And then I will make drastic life decisions based on how that goes.
Are you nervous?
No, I'm excited. I want to hear what she has to say.
So you're not gonna, like if she says something bad, are you gonna believe it or no?
No, not really.
No.
No, Harry, you're so silly sometimes. So you're not going to listen to this random person's magical predictions about our future? You're not even taking this seriously. You know what? On second thought though, if the psychic said something bad about their relationship, that's probably going to be the part that's actually true, because it doesn't even take a psychic to know that this isn't going to work.
I was on TikTok and I was scrolling late night, and then all of a sudden I seen a video of this cute, fine Puerto Rican, and he goes, "Hey."
So this woman met some guy in prison on TikTok, and in no time she had her 4-year-old daughter calling him dad. It's always so messed up to me when people do this. Like, why do people have to do this? If the relationship doesn't work out, that child is going to be very confused. They're on FaceTime and she points at the camera and she's like, "Look, there's your daddy right there. That's your daddy." And it's just some random guy in a blurry prison camera. Even the 4-year-old is like, "Oh, I don't know who the hell that is."
I'm looking for amazing. You fit that criteria. I promise not to disappoint. Get at me.
Oh my god, when he told me that I fit his criteria, I just could not believe it. And he fits my criteria too. I mean, I really like people that force other people to withdraw money out of an ATM. It shows that he's a man who's not afraid to take action. Good leadership skills. So in the next clip, we're going to look at Indy meets Harry's sister for the first time. And even Harry's sister knows that this is going to be a disaster.
Hey, it's nice to meet you. So we got here, you know, I wasn't like prepared or nothing like that. Like it just was like I got the call. Like first of all, like I had talked to my psychic, and she kind of told me like.
So it takes Indy about 9 seconds to bring up her psychic and confuse the hell out of this woman. She always has to bring it up like it's just some normal thing. Like the other person's going to be like, "Oh yeah, of course, you're psychic. Well, why wouldn't you do that?" So,
but she told me, and she was like, you know, pretty much like, "You gotta go." And I was like, like you've been right about everything else, so I'm gonna just pick up and I'm gonna go. So girl, I came here with like no plan. Like I need to find a place like ASAP.
She drove across multiple states to pick up Harry from prison because her psychic said he was getting out early. This is a thing that actually happened. I feel like if the psychic actually wanted to help her, she would tell her that this is a bad idea, and then it would also be true. So it's a win-win. You get to help her and your prediction is accurate.
I don't care for psychics whatsoever. I don't think that what they're saying is always true. It's like a hit or miss. I'm not taking my life advices from a psychic.
Yeah, okay. Like anybody gets anywhere in life without talking to a psychic first. Even psychics have their own psychic if they're going to be making big life decisions.
It's not realistic to be coming here and not have nowhere to go, and he in a halfway house. Right. Who knows when he's coming out? Yeah. He's going to come out to what? Nothing. And I can't take in a whole bunch of people. You know. Yeah.
No, you're right. I hear what you're saying. But also at the same time, in a very real sense, I don't hear anything you're saying. Because I just told you the whole psychic story and everything, and you're still giving me this guff about you don't know when he's gonna get out. I already told you he's getting out early, and then we're gonna build a castle and live in it together. What is unrealistic about that?
And what is your plans with Harry? Like,
so we talked about like marriage. Your brother, yes. We talked about like marriage. We talked about like kids.
Kids?
Yes.
We talked about marriage, kids, castles, kingdoms, all that stuff. Just a little bit of context, Harry is 23 years old and has been in prison since he was 17, and he has a daughter of his own that he barely sees. This woman, Indy, is 29 years old and has a 4-year-old daughter who she has to take care of.
My psychic did say that it's gonna work out?
I think Indy is a little bit, crazy.
I love her reaction right here when Indy says that her psychic told her that it's all going to work out. I don't know what her psychic is talking about because it's not that hard to predict that this relationship is not going to work out. So if I were the psychic, that's what I would be saying. But then I suppose if you don't tell the person what they want to hear, then they may not come back again and give you more money. All right, so in the next clip, we're going to look at Indy's mother questions her about the entire situation. Indy's mother is a private investigator, and for obvious reasons, she is very skeptical about this whole thing. One of the things that Harry did that landed him in prison is forcing and threatening someone to withdraw money out of an ATM at gunpoint. So Indy's mother did a simulated version of that to Indy to demonstrate how dangerous this guy is and to maybe see how the victim may have felt in that situation. And of course, Indy is like, oh my God, Mom, this is so extreme. You're taking it too far. This is ridiculous. And then her mother's like, well, your fiance actually did this. Like, he did it for real. He didn't just simulate it.
I love you too, but y'all definitely did too much. Like, I'm honestly...
Well, I'm over the top. That's what I do.
Especially when it comes... over the top.
That's my job, is to protect you guys.
It's too much for her to go through a fake version of that, yet she's okay with the fact that her fiance did it for real. She won't listen to what her mother has to say, but she'll go and take advice from a psychic.
I'm not a bounty hunter for nothing.
Okay.
I know what these guys in jail, what they do. Have you given him?
Oh my God, Mom, this is ridiculous. When has a guy in jail ever done anything bad? I just don't understand why you're so worried. I mean, all I'm doing is moving my 4-year-old daughter in with a convicted kidnapper, and he already promised me that all of that is behind him. It's all in the past, and he's never gonna do it again. Unless he really needs the money.
Have you given him any money?
How much money? I mean,
Because
yeah.
that's one of the things that they do.
Right, but realistically, how else am I gonna, how else is he gonna talk to me?
Yeah, I mean, how else is he gonna talk to me if I don't give him hundreds of dollars every month? And more importantly, why would he talk to me if I don't have money to give him? Use your head.
He don't need your money to do that.
I know, but it's not, I don't feel like we're in a relationship.
Let me tell you what they do. They know how to hustle in jail.
Okay,
and I just don't want him taking advantage.
I don't think that he's taking advantage of me.
How much money have you given him so far?
It's always crazy to me when people are sending a lot of money to someone who is in prison because there's only so much money you can even spend in prison. There's only so many things you can buy. And she's a single mother who is expecting Harry to get out of prison and be a father to her daughter, yet he's perfectly happy accepting money from her that could definitely be better spent on her daughter.
Honestly, because you tight with your money. So,
I mean, I'm tight with my money, but I don't know. It could be like...
Girl, you're tight. How much did you give him?
It could be hundreds or it can be
hundreds.
Yes.
Why would he even ask somebody who have kids for some money?
Anytime they say they've given someone hundreds of dollars on this show, that means thousands, and if they say thousands, that means tens of thousands. Harry is probably making a lot of money right now because she's not even the only person he's talking to.
I'm literally digging into my savings to give Harry money. I spend about $400 a month on calls. I feel like every week I'm spending at least $100, and it could be more.
Don't worry, I'm sure that Harry has responsibly saved all of that money for your future together. She wants to have a big happy family with this guy when he gets out, but if he actually cared about that, he would not be accepting this much money from her.
He don't always ask me though.
Well, he shouldn't be asking you at all. He know how to get by in jail. How was he getting by before he met you?
I feel like I just want to help him and hey, come on now.
He was giving you that story,
oh my God,
because that's what they do.
We're spiritually married.
And you should all...
Oh, okay, so they're spiritually married already, and that's why he asks her for money all the time. That just makes it even worse, right? Yeah, I'm sure that they're spiritually married. I bet it was this guy's idea. He looks like the kind of guy that would be into spiritual marriage.
This is something.
It's something because you're giving them money. I think she has this dream of this perfect family, this perfect love. I just think she's way over her head. Not feeling this at all.
I really like her mother because all she does the entire time is speak the truth, and it must be really frustrating to see this happening to your daughter, knowing that it's not going to end well. So in the next part we're going to be taking a look at, Harry is supposed to be getting out of prison to go to a halfway house, so Indy decides to drive down to find out if she can see Harry before he goes to the halfway house without calling it headfirst at all. When they're almost there, she decides to call the halfway house and ask if they allow visitation.
I drove all the way up from Maryland, so I wanted to see if I was going to be able to see him today and what your rules and regulations are.
They will be able to make 3 phone calls, but as far as visitation, there's no visitation here.
So you're telling me she relied 100% on the psychic? She didn't decide to make this phone call, before they left? Maybe they can bend the rules for true love. Did you mention that you're spiritually married?
This happens when you don't plan, and Indy did not plan.
I can't. Take this, I'm ready.
Just calm down. Calm down.
She sounds like Ganondorf from Super Smash Bros. Melee. But seriously though, this is what happens when you already have it set in your mind that there's no way anything could possibly go wrong. So the next part we're gonna look at is shortly after this. Indy and her mother go to meet up with some of Harry's family.
So how was seeing Harry?
Girl, like I had a whole tantrum. Like it was bad. Yes, I cried and everything because they was telling me like I can't see him. And I was like, well, I drove all the way from Maryland and it was like, which I see like a psychic or whatever the case is stuff because she be right all the time. And she was right this entire trip. She already told me that it was gonna be like a show.
Wait, hold on. Your psychic said it was gonna be a shit show? I am so confused. So your psychic said, hey, if you go down to see Harry with no plan whatsoever, it's gonna be a shit show, but do it anyway? And also, I thought her psychic said that he was getting out early and that everything was gonna work out. You don't need to be a psychic to know that this is gonna be a shit show. Like, that's just a general inference based on the information that we have.
And then at the end, you'll be happy and stuff like that, but you know, it's gonna be like turmoil and all this other stuff, and then...
It's always turmoil.
I think she's a little bit crazy.
She really needs to cool it with the psychic talk. Ben wouldn't shut the hell up about mahogany, and now she's just on about her psychic all the time.
So, what's your next plans for the next few days?
So we're going back to Maryland today. Now y'all can be like, oh, y'all not rushing. You gotta have a plan.
No, you still
now.
rushing. Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah. We still gonna listen. We still gonna rush.
So Indy returns to Maryland, and soon after, she gets some devastating news about Harry from her psychic.
I had like a little session with an Iris today. She said he cheated pretty much.
What do you mean cheated?
Like he physically cheated.
Like the dude?
Yes.
You can't just go accusing the guy of cheating because your psychic told you that he is, but at the same time, he's definitely cheating. He's finding ways to physically cheat on her when he's at a halfway house. How is she expecting this to get any better when he gets out and has a lot more freedom?
Okay, in the halfway house, you get to have like passes. So when you have a pass, like say it's the doctor's, I have to bring back a doctor's note.
Right.
But if it only takes me like 30 minutes to an hour to be at the doctor's, I still have 2 hours to play around. And so clearly, like he had the opportunity to do stuff.
Right.
Damn, that's some serious detective work she had to do to come up with that theory. So you're telling me this guy had like a couple hours of free time and he decided to cheat? What do you think he's gonna do when he has all the time in the world? You guys are spiritually married already. You shouldn't have to be pulling this Sherlock Holmes detective type shit on him.
Did you find evidence?
Yes.
Let me see.
So this is one girl.
Wait, how can you see that?
Because I went into his iCloud account, and then this is the other girl. It's two separate women.
This dude is the worst cheater in the world. I'm assuming that he gave her access to his iCloud unless she hacked into it. He barely even tries to hide the fact that he's a cheater, and it just gets worse as it goes on. He gets lazier and lazier with it to the point where it's just like, yeah, whatever. You already know what's going on.
Whoever he's having sex with or whoever he's talking to, they don't see the tattoo with my name.
The bitches don't care about that.
Girl.
They don't.
Hold on here. What? He has a tattoo of her name? So let me get this straight. Your question is, why are these women hooking up with him when they see that your name is tattooed on him? Instead of asking why this guy would take all this money from you and then cheat on you after getting your name tattooed on him. All her energy was immediately directed towards the women he's cheating with instead of him.
I definitely think my sister is too mature for him. She knows what she wants. And with him being in jail since he was 17, I don't think he's ready to be fully committed to something. He doesn't really know how to.
I agree with the second part, but I don't think she's that much more mature than he is. A lot of the decisions she has made so far are incredibly immature. So next we're going to fast forward to when Harry actually gets out of the halfway house. He's released in the middle of the night and Indy is there to pick him up, and she's supposed to be bringing him to his sister's house where there's a bunch of his family and all this food that they cooked for him waiting. But he wants to get some burgers for his friends at the halfway house.
Slide over. I told my boys I was gonna pick them up some food. I'll buy everybody in a mother halfway house a cheeseburger if I had it.
So he is kind of happy to see her once he gets out, but then this whole cheeseburger incident happens, and basically all hell breaks loose.
Hey, what's going on?
Girl, we're still driving around.
Driving around for what?
My dudes, they wanted me to stop grabbing some burgers.
It's very inconsiderate of you. You know we was gonna...
How is it? Can you explain this to me? Hold on. I need you to stop and make it make sense to me, though.
Oh wow, this is going great. He hasn't seen his family outside of prison in 6 years, and the first thing he wants to do when he gets out is drive around in the middle of the night and hunt for cheeseburgers. And this cheeseburger incident starts a whole chain reaction that might land him back in prison.
It's 2 o'clock in the morning and I'm about to sit around and keep waiting.
Listen, I'm on my way. I gotta go.
Annoying, bro. Don't consider nobody.
So he doesn't show up to his sister's house until 3 in the morning, and by that point, most of his family have left, and then he just gets into an argument with his sister, and Indy is over on the sideline like, ah shit, the psychic didn't mention any of this. When is my fairy tale wedding gonna happen? I didn't sign up for this burger drama.
It's 3 o'clock in the morning. Inconsiderate.
I got nothing to talk about. You ain't
You
trying to listen.
inconsiderate, right? I don't have to listen to you. Right, okay, so get to stepping.
So within just a few hours of getting out of prison, Harry has already ruined his opportunity to stay with his sister. So he and Indy decide to go to a hotel, which is technically breaking the law because his parole officer thinks that he's staying with his sister. Either the next day or one of the next few days, he gives a really half-ass apology to his sister.
I know you feel like I owe you an apology, but I will give you an apology anyway.
No, see, that right there started off all wrong because that's not sincere.
I feel like he's acting as if he's just entitled to stay at his sister's house and she's not taking a risk letting him stay there.
We leaving. I'm hungry now. I'm already at the burger spot. Why can't I just go ahead and put a couple burgers real quick?
He still thinks it was just about the burgers. No, dude, your whole family was at the house waiting for you. The whole plan was just to pick him up and go back to his sister's house where they had food waiting and they were going to celebrate his release.
I don't care about none of that stuff. At the end of the day, you was talking crazy. You came in up here talking about something. If you're not going to listen to me, I'm not going to listen to you.
I'm trying to say something to you. You keep saying, no.
Lower your voice.
I'm no body language expert, but something tells me this guy doesn't give a shit about this conversation. What kind of sitting position is this? That's not good posture, bro.
But you could raise your voice to me, though.
It's my house!
That's why I said I don't.
Wow, I just realized something. This guy should totally be a father. He and Indy should get married and have kids right away. That is the #1 thing they should be focusing on.
You want to talk. I'm
All
trying
right,
to talk to
go
you.
ahead. Keep talking about the same
I can't talk, though, because you won't let me finish.
Go ahead.
I'm telling
Go
you.
ahead.
I can't talk. Damn it.
So they both cool down, and I'm pretty sure she does end up giving him another chance, and they stay there for a little while. And then one night, Harry just disappears without telling anyone and doesn't come back until the next day at 10 in the morning. And Indy is like, hey, where did you go? And he's like, oh, I just went to get a couple burgers.
Lydia went out with the kids, and I'm just waiting for Harry to get back because he's never came back. He didn't come back last night.
His parole officer told him the house rules, which was him sleeping every night at his sister's house. So it's frustrating.
Wow, it's almost like he doesn't give a shit about the rules. It's so crazy to me that she thought they were going to have this magical romantic fairy tale story, and what really happened is he got out of prison, argued over a hamburger, and then ran off in the night.
What's up, baby?
Oh, now you decide to grace me with your presence.
What do you mean?
No.
No what? I can't get a hug?
No.
Harry rode in at 10 in the morning.
Let's talk then.
Are you kidding me? He's just gonna roll up at 10 in the morning like nothing happened, like with no explanation whatsoever, expecting that she doesn't even ask any questions? That's the worst, because you know that he knows that it was messed up to do that, but he's just gonna act like he doesn't have any idea what she's talking about, and she's crazy for thinking that.
I'm concerned that he could be cheating again.
What you upset with me for? What'd I do?
What you mean what you do? Do you see, like, it's daylight outside?
He cheated when he had a couple hours of free time because of a halfway house pass. Of course he cheated. He was gone all night. And now he's just sitting here like, oh, what did I do? What happened? It is actually unbelievable how predictable this entire situation was. Like, oh man, she needed to go see a psychic to find all this information out. I could have said exactly what was going to happen without any psychic ability whatsoever. He already cheated once and got caught and faced basically no repercussions whatsoever. So of course he's going to do it again.
One, you know what time you're supposed to be back here. And then two, like, you don't just be staying out and you don't call somebody and be like, hey, listen, this is what I'm doing, these are my plans. Man. So what was you doing?
I smoked, I drank,
all the you're not supposed to be doing.
I can't believe she sits there and listens to this and looks this guy in the face and thinks that this guy is going to be a father to her daughter and that there's a future with him. I wouldn't trust this guy with a pet, let alone a human being. I wouldn't trust this guy with a carton of eggs.
So what are you, my PO now?
I don't have to be, but you're still in a relationship though, so you just have to have respect and
okay,
you have
but
none.
no. You gotta not get two things confused, a relationship and you trying to raise me like I'm a child.
You pretty much are a child, dude. That's the problem. You're right. She shouldn't have to look after you like a child, so stop acting like one. But seriously, good luck with this guy. He's really going to try to take this situation and turn it around on her and make it her fault. That is crazy.
You can't keep acting like the way you acting right now, because it's not going to be good talking about...
What you mean it's not going to be good?
Marriage, like, but you acting like this. You think I want to get married?
Yeah, come on. You think I want to get married when you act like this? I look for maturity in a partner, and I'm just not seeing that right now. Anyway, I'm going to go get drunk and do some drugs in an undisclosed location for the next 12 hours. You should really sit down and think about our future together, because you're going to lose me.
Okay, so I was cheating, so what?
So insecurities, what
So
are you talking
what?
about?
Then I spent the
Not
night
so
with a
what?
female.
I don't know what you did with any of these females.
He just said that he spent the night with one of them, and he admitted that he cheated on you. He didn't even apologize. He just said, I cheated, so what? Babe, we are spiritually married. You have a tattoo of my name on your body. Yeah, well, you asked me questions about where I was last night, and that is making me second guess this whole marriage thing.
You should feel like you want to apologize. Like, you should feel like, damn, like, she's been there for me. She had my back and X, Y, and Z. Cheating is wrong. We're supposed to be, like, married already spiritually. So it's just like you made a commitment and you broke it.
She's literally having to sit down and explain to him why cheating is wrong and he should apologize to her. Like, oh God, there's no hope. There's no hope with this relationship. So in this last clip we're gonna look at here, they actually have a nice time together at an indoor rock climbing place, but then at the end, she notices a text from another girl on his phone.
Even though we've had, like, you know, hiccups, I still feel like we're really good together. So that
See,
means...
the thing about hiccups, you think you get rid of them, but they come back.
Shut up.
He's just telling you straight up at this point that there's gonna be more trouble.
Why your whole mood change?
But then reality just smacked me back in the face. I saw the text.
What text?
See, baby.
Oh, God. Don't.
So I shouldn't give.
No, you shouldn't.
It's crazy. His defense and his excuses are so half-assed. He's not even trying at this point. And the way he says, oh God, it's like, why did you even bring this up? Why would you even ask me that? You're supposed to just pretend like everything's fine, even though you know it's not.
We're almost about to go when I see Harry's phone and it was a text message from another female. It's just like we had a great moment and it made me think like, you know, maybe things will be better, maybe things will improve, but then just like that.
So she looked over and saw a text on his phone from someone with all these heart emojis and shit. He doesn't even need to have all those emojis there. That would make it way less suspicious, but this guy just does not care at this point. And he won't even have a conversation with her about it or anything. He's just like, oh God, it's stupid shit. Don't even worry about it. I'm not even gonna go there.
What'd the message say?
I have no idea. I just saw her name and like heart emojis, in love emojis.
What'd he say about it?
Nothing. I shouldn't care.
Damn, it's almost like this guy doesn't take spiritual marriage seriously at all. So there you have it. That's the Indian Harry story up until this point. I'm sure your heart is just bursting with joy and warmth and love and compassion. I can't think of another example like this on one of these shows where someone's cheating was this obvious. If you guys can, you should definitely comment that because I'm curious. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the video and I look forward to seeing you all in the next one.
How much money? How much money?